And so along comes Fox News. And I had known Rupert Murdoch a little bit, and a lot of journalists think he's the Antichrist. I didn't think so. In fact, I had attended a dinner up on Capitol Hill given by one of the political journals at which he was the honored guest. And I'd gone up there. It was a winter night. I'll never forget. It was a winter night, and he came. And a couple of his people were there, but they were like in the crowd. You know, there were probably 30 people there, and they were sort of there, but he didn't have anybody hovering over him. There was no line of limos outside. There was no entourage. There was no mogul aura, which was notable. And he was very affable and candid and interesting. The only thing with Rupert is you have to lean in and listen closely because he speaks softly and he has a very heavy Australian accent. And sometimes you can't understand what the hell he's saying. But I thought he seemed a delightful sort of guy, and all of his comments about the world and politics made it very clear that he is a newspaper man to his core, a newsman to his core, and he's vitally interested in all this stuff here. So I left and the dinner was over, and my car was the other side of the restaurant from home. So I had to walk up the street, get in my car, turn around, and I was heading back down this. It was at the Brasserie up on Pennsylvania Avenue, which is on Massachusetts Avenue, which is not much of a thoroughfare right there. It looks like a residential street, and I'm driving back down this. And there's a guy standing out in the street trying to hail a cab. It's Rupert Murdoch. And so I stopped and I said, "Mr. Murdoch, where are you going?" He said, "I'm going to the Willard." I said, "Well, I can go that way. Get in." And so I drove him to the Willard, and we chatted about the kids and skiing or whatever. And I thought, what a nice guy. So he had a couple of things he tried to do to get started, and they approached me at various intervals about maybe coming to work for News Corporation, and I didn't think they made any sense. But then there came the announcement that he was going to start a cable news channel to compete with CNN. And I thought, man, that's a big undertaking.